Spring 26 was stacked, and then the schedule for Summer 26 dropped, and someone in the anime industry looked at the list of sequels and said, No. We've got the end of Bleach, years waiting for Tanya, Mushoku Tensei back for round 3. This isn't a season, it's a reunion tour.
Wake up to reality.
What's up everyone, welcome back. Summer 26 is here and I'm calling it now. This is the season of sequels. The returning shows are so heavy this season that the new entries are fighting for oxygen just to be noticed. We're covering 8 shows today across the full range, one genuinely fresh new adaptation, a string of beloved returns, and the finale of a franchise that's been building since 2022 towards something the internet has had circled in red pen for years. Let's go through them. Black Torch is the lone newcomer in this lineup, and the internet already noticed the obvious thing immediately. So let's get it out of the way. My guy definitely took a sneak peek at Bleach and went, I'll change it, I swear. Like, the Bleach comparisons write themselves. Someone gives the MC their powers. Like, tell me we didn't see the same thing with Rukia. The only difference is we're getting the powers from a Walmart Yoruichi. Like, look at this cat and tell me it ain't so. And top it all off, we have this scene. Like, come on, as if it wasn't obvious enough. Like, can we get a side-by-side comparison here? Now, is any of this disqualifying it? Not really. Bleach borrowed itself from what came before it, and we all saw how that turned out. As generic as the first episode seemed, it's still just the first one at the end of the day. I'd say let's give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a few more episodes, because that'll make the difference between generic slop and peak. Turns out there's actually another newcomer I completely forgot about. Here's Solo Leveling, Tomb Raider King. We basically have a very similar premise. Hell, even the main guy Sir Juhon, looks basically the same, but at the end of the day, we enjoyed Solo Leveling, so what's the harm with more of the same? One thing I'll say is it does kick in with the premise a bit quicker, and it's also different. In this instance, our guy goes back 15 years but retains all his knowledge, especially his fighting techniques and experience. Like, the moment I saw this face, I knew these guys were cooked. Just when this bum is about to go for a slap, my guy gives him the quick 1-2. Bro didn't even have a chance to turn the other cheek before getting completely backhanded. But it's not over there. He then punches the guy so hard, he spins midair twice. Like, I feel if this guy spun any more times, he would have flown into the other guys and it ended the whole fight there. All in all, we know what to expect, so let's just sit back and enjoy it. Polar Opposites is back for season 2 and it's picked up exactly where it left off. Wholesome, funny, carrying that low-key energy, and that's all we really need. Yusuke and Miyu are still adorable together and letting us in on the ride. Like, we're basically living our romantic dreams through them, and that's great. Hell, we even got a One Piece reference. Like, this author knows ball. If season 1 worked for you, season 2 is more of it. That's a genuine compliment. Of course we open by breaking the 4th wall and also throwing in 3 new girlfriends. Like, I was so confused. I was sure I didn't miss anything. At this point, I'm gonna have to start making notes to keep track of all these girlfriends, because how the hell are we gonna get to 100? Let's not get into the fact that this new girlfriend is now his cousin. Like, you know it's bad when even Rentaro is questioning the producers. Overall, I'm concerned, but I can't stop myself from laughing at pretty much everything in this show. 2 episodes, peak. So we open with the Eris training arc. Eris left at the end of season 1 to get stronger. Now she's training under the Sword God, trying to become someone worthy of standing beside Rudeus, rather than someone he has to protect. The dynamic between the 3 main women in Rudeus' life, Eris, Roxy, and Sophie, is the emotional engine of the season, and the first 2 episodes set that up with care. The character development Eris gets is the kind of payoff that earlier seasons were quietly building toward without announcing. Also, can we talk about how brutal these episodes were? Like, Eris did not need to go that far with Nina. The poor girl literally pissed herself from how hard her ass was getting beat. She did have a redemption though, when she completely speed blitzed Isolde. I was not expecting that. We literally just saw Eris completely fail against her, and after seeing Nina's initial performance, she basically set the bar at an all-time low. But then she pulled this out like she's Roronoa Zoro. Seriously though, tell me this doesn't look just like Shish Sonson. Peak is a strong word. It's the right word. Ranblue is back and we're taking the group to Palau, which is the first time the show has moved its chaos outside of Japan. And the answer to whether the comedy survives the relocation is yes, completely and without reservation. This anime doesn't need a specific location to function. It just needs Iori making terrible decisions and Kohei enabling them. It needs the senpai doing something that should be humiliating and refusing to acknowledge it as such. It needs the specific brand of escalating situational catastrophe that this show has been producing since season 1. Palau will provide that with the added bonus of genuinely beautiful underwater visuals that the show uses as tonal contrast between the scenery and what the characters are doing near it. Funny as always, exactly as promised. You already know, but let's talk about this properly. This is the 4th and final part of 1000-Year Blood War. Seeing the first 3 episodes in the cinema with an audience who've been waiting for this is a different experience. The room was full and locked in for every frame, which is exactly what this deserves. Yoruichi, that's where I'm starting, because she's my GOAT and the show handled her with the care she deserved. The lightning sequences were a visual masterclass. I spent years waiting to see this moment animated, and it surpassed any expectation I had. Of course we're going to get Ichigo vs Yhwach. That confrontation has been building since we got Bleach back in 2022. 4 years, it's here. The animation quality that made the earlier parts of 1000-Year Blood War the highest rated shonen anime of the decade hasn't dropped. We've been waiting so long for this, it was worth it. This one has its own dedicated video on the channel, links in the description. The short version is that it's one of the best things airing this season and you should watch it immediately if you haven't already. Go, now, then come back. 9 years. This first aired in 2017, then the film in 2019, and then Tanya went quiet for years while we were just sat there checking each season for more. Well, now she's back. We still have Aoi Yuki voicing Tanya, a performance widely regarded as one of the most technically demanding villain protagonist portrayals in modern anime. And the new opening by Myth and Roy, who've delivered bangers before and didn't let up here. Season 2 picks up after the film. The combination of military strategy, isekai premise, and a protagonist who's simultaneously a war criminal and the most competent person in every room she enters is exactly what made it special, and the first episode confirms that specific energy came back intact. Summer 26 is the season where the sequels showed up with something to prove. Bleach is finishing the job, Tanya returned after years without missing a step, Mushoku Tensei opened with 2 episodes that reminded the room why the series has the reputation it does, and somewhere in the middle of all that, a new show about a boy and a demon cat is quietly trying to carve out space in a season stacked against newcomers. The reunion tour is in full swing, enjoy every minute of it.